Yes! Alrighty, motherfuckers! That's it. What's up, everybody? Peter Joseph here for a belching contest and video number 2 on your 2 for Thursday, August the 1st, 2024. Or if you're watching this on the replay, or for all my replay crew members, it is now August the 2nd, 2024, the start of the first unofficial weekend of August, as the dog days of August have started. And we're a month away from Labor Day weekend, the unofficial end of summer. So, we're starting August with a good old-fashioned Gilmore Cuddle-like bang! So, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below in my pants. On this channel, my other channels as well. 5, by the way. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. And if you do miss anything, well, you're pretty much SOL. You need a slap in the face. And you know what that means. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So, once again, like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment if you wish, but don't leave stupid comments because you're going to get banished to the Shadow Realm and never be heard from again. And if you don't like it, well, you know who to cry to. Your mama or your girlfriend or your other friends. Go cry to them. Cry me a river, bitch. And that's pretty much it. And if you're new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Please sit back, relax, grab a cold one, and enjoy the show. And if you like it, great. Hit that like button, stick it straight up everybody else's ass, because that's where it belongs. And, if you like it, great. You don't, get the fuck out of here. Go do your boring as fuck videos and whatever on your dead channel with barely any subs on it. And that's pretty much it. Move on. Alright guys, I am tired as fuck and I have to go to bed because I have to get up tomorrow, get up in a few hours. I have to go to the doctor. And then I'm gonna be I'm gonna be working later. A little bit tomorrow after my appointment. It's just a not a long appointment, but it's I just go. Hopefully I won't be there for like 2 hours, but it's just a doctor appointment for my back and everything. Yeah, it's still a wreck. So even after I got a little minor surgery, it's still a mess. But that's the way it is. That's the way my back is. So might get more shots tomorrow. I might have to get another epidural in the future. I heard people getting 3 epidurals and a lot of cortisone shots. Not great, but I mean, if it doesn't, it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, then the next step is surgery, which I'm kind of trying to avoid. I can't afford to have back surgery right now because, I won't be able to sit, I'll be able to sit, but I'll probably be sitting in a wheelchair. And I don't want that. And I can't walk. I'll be in a walker going to wherever I gotta go. And the missus is gonna have to take care of me. But at least, I get money, but, still, I'll be on a work leave. Disability and all that shit, but whatever. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow, but I think everything should be okay. I feel okay. I just got over this big, long cold. Thankfully, it was not COVID. I took an at-home test yesterday and it was negative, so. COVID, you loser! So, we're all good in the hood, here at Casa del Joseph. So, we got that. So after, on and off being sick and having to change my plans pretty much for the last 2 weeks, finally, I got plans this weekend to hang out with my good friends and everything. And yes, I do have real-life friends. You can't prove otherwise, so kiss my ass. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to enjoy this weekend watching SummerSlam at a bar with a few friends. And then enjoying the rest of my weekend with good people that I love. And that's pretty much it. And then pretty much the rest of the year, besides going on my mini vacation in 2 weeks, that's pretty much it. I got really nothing else going on. I mean, Labor Day weekend, probably gonna watch Bash of Berlin, and then got NXT No Mercy on that Sunday, and then Labor Day Monday, probably going to barbecue. That's it, and then football season starts, and those 49ers! And then we got hockey coming up with the Rangers! Coming up in October, and hopefully we'll have Mets baseball playoffs. Well, the Yankees will probably make it, unless they... Mets... We'll see. I mean, Atlanta won tonight against the Marlins in a big 4-game series down there in Atlanta, I think. So the Mets are, I believe, now 2 games out of the first wild card. I think St. Louis won, so they're, I think, 1.5 out. So can't afford to lose any games right now in the next, pretty much the next 8 weeks. So this month there has to be a big, huge month for the Mets. But right now, they're on the road trip from hell this weekend. Pretty much for the next 10 games. They have Anaheim this weekend. Then they fly over to St. Louis for a makeup game Monday afternoon, late Monday afternoon. Then, after the game, they have to fly to Denver for a 3-game series with the Rockies. Then they go from Denver up to Seattle for a weekend series next weekend with the Mariners. Then they have to go cross country, and I have an off date, thankfully. And then they come home for a 6-game homestand, and they go back to the West Coast. Oh, face Arizona, big games at Arizona and San Diego. Got the White Sox at the end of the month. In between, got Baltimore, Boston, the Red Sox. Oh, this is a month from hell for the Mets, and usually the Mets don't do great in August, so they get far behind. I don't even think a September to remember run like they usually have, but it might come up short again. But Mets could get lucky and get that second or third wild card, but they gotta win, play some good baseball, and they got Phil Blackburn, who they got at the trade deadline. He's pitching tomorrow night in Anaheim. Hopefully he pitches a gem, but And then I think we got Peterson on Saturday and Quintana on Sunday. And then Monday, I think it's going to be Sean Manaea or a spot starter. Who knows? Might go to a 6-man rotation. I don't know right now. So we'll see what happens with that. The Yankees are at home this weekend. Probably won't even playing the Blue Jays, especially Saturday and Sunday. It's supposed to rain like cats and dogs here this weekend. Not great. And if you're in Florida, batten down the hatches. A tropical storm might be forming and invading Florida and maybe the west coast of Florida, the Panhandle, and then going up to the Carolinas and Georgia. May come up the East Coast by next weekend. Who knows? I hope not. I heard it might go out to sea, but right now forecasters don't know what the hell is going on with that storm. I don't even know what's going to be named. But right now it's Invest 96L, which is going to be, I think it's the tropical storm. I think they're up to D or E right now. Maybe F. I don't know. I haven't followed the tropics lately, but. So we'll see what happens with all that. And we move on, ladies and gentlemen. But be safe down in Florida, in the Bahamas, and down south this weekend and going into early next week. Lots of rain down there, so it's not going to be fun. But moving on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this getting close to very late, late Thursday night, August the 1st, 2022, for my replay crew that are watching. It is August the 2nd, 2024, right here on once again, on the Peter Joseph channel. I'm Peter Joseph, but you knew that already. I'm a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, sports, music, movies, anything else I want to talk about. You like it? Great. You don't? Get the fuck out of here. And if it's your first time watching, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And if you're thinking about subscribing, please do. Smash that subscribe button on this channel. And if you want more content, then subscribe to my other 4 channels, which are down below in the description box. For more wrestling, music, epic fucking rants, and other stuff as well. And we move on. And we are 1 week away from the 15-year anniversary of me being on this great website of YouTube.com. August the 9th, next Friday, will be my 15-year anniversary on this lovely website. How much longer will I go? Who knows at this point. Maybe another 3 to 5, maybe 6 years, maybe 10, who knows. Maybe another 15. I'll be going into my 60s on this garbage website, but I mean, we'll see how it goes, you know. I just do this for fun and as a hobby, but eventually my time here on YouTube, I just, I want to get off YouTube and enjoy the rest of my life as I get into my 50s and go into my 60s, with the missus, hopefully, and enjoy my 50s, going into my 60s, retirements, coming up in pretty much another 20 years at this point. Because, I mean, it is what it is. I gotta work for the next 15 some odd years. I can collect, Social Security around 60, I can collect it right now if I wanted to. But, 15 years, 14 and a half years to get, retirement, early retirement, and Social Security, but I have to really wait for full retirement funds and everything, and Social Security. I can get Social Security probably when I'm 60, 65, so got a long way to go before I even hit that area, but, and eventually, I'm going to be moving as well. Where? You don't know, and it's not where you think it is. So for all you people that think I'm going to that place, nope. I might stay in New York. Not here in Casa del Gilmore, but somewhere else. Not in Brooklyn, but I might live upstate. I might live in the city, who knows. Might live on Long Island. But you won't know where it is. And I'm not going to tell you. I mean, it is what it is. You want to do your little background check bullshit, which is a crime, by the way. Keep being schmucks. See what happens. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on video number 2 on this late Thursday night, check out my last video where I talked about Mercedes Moné's divorce to her now ex-husband Makazi. Talked about the AEW rating, very bad, 609,000 views for Dynamite. Talked about Adam Cole, possible breakup with Britt Baker. And War Games, Survivor Series War Games, November the 30th, 2024 from Vancouver. So, up north, all those Canucks gonna have a pretty good time on Thanksgiving weekend. And for all you people that love to go to the Big 4 pay-per-views, bring a parka. It's gonna be cold as fuck up there. Trust me. Trust me, it will be cold at the end of November, going into the beginning of December. But hopefully, when you go back from that cold as fuck city of Vancouver, you're going back to a warm fucking state, or island, or country, or whatever it is. But we move on with all that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date NXT Great American Bash Night 1 review. For for this past Tuesday night, July the 30th, 2024. And as always, we are emanating from the Capitol Wrestling Center at Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida. Alright. What? We're gonna have a bash later. Shut up. Fucking wrestling cat. I know she wants food all the time. You wait. Come. You want to come over here? You want to come over here and talk about the bash? Do you want to come over here, you little shit? You little girl. It's Suzu. It's your fans. Hello, fans. We're gonna talk about the bash. I like the bash myself. I bash my litter box every day. Because when I go poop, feed me. Leave Pizza Game all alone. Now scratch your eyes out and eat your balls and have my own bash at the beach or something, right? Right? Yeah. Oh, feed me. Okay. Alright, enough about that. You're a good girl. She wants her attention. You know, that's what she wants. That's what kitties want. You know. That's right. Can you give me a kiss? Aww. Who's my kitty? Give me. Oh, you give me a kiss. You give your daddy kisses. Peter's playing with his pussy again. Get down. I'll feed you. I'll give you some treats in a minute. Okay. Let me finish. God damn it. Yeah, I might be playing with my pussy, but I'm not playing. I play with Rose's pussy, if you know what I mean. I don't play with the pussy cat. But, because I don't do that shit. I'm not like, you know, other people I know that abuse their animals. I don't abuse my animals. Especially the wrestling cat. I don't abuse. I abuse the pussy, but that's a different pussy, if you know what I mean. But, it is what it is. Wrestling cat, having fun. You know, it's fucking hot in this goddamn house. Why don't you go in the, go hang out with Mama? I know she's probably taking a nap right now, but probably sleeping. She has to go to the doctor too tomorrow. Not the same time as me, thankfully. And plus it's, you know, in the same area. So, she goes to her appointment, I go to mine, we meet up, we have lunch. Do whatever we gotta do, gotta come back, gotta do some work in the afternoon, and I'm pretty much done for the weekend. So, yeah. We finished that up. But back to work, pretty much after tomorrow, back to work on Monday. And making the money you wish you motherfuckers wish you had. You wish you had the money I make, but you don't. And you never will. I work! I make more money than you! No, you don't. You don't. I have the greatest job in the world. Well, great for you. I have a mansion and a car and I got a hot girl. That's pretty much a lie. That's pretty much a lie. You're just talking crazy. You don't have, you know, some people think, oh, you got the greatest girl in the world, and that's probably a lie. I mean, if you do, great for you. You get laid, great for you, but I get more than you, so that's a fact. But some of you, you know, I mean, oh, I just got laid in December. Oh, great for you. About fucking time for some of you. I feel bad. I mean, I feel bad for the girl that actually opened her legs for you, but, you know, hey, if you know, you got a good girl, then, you know, it's gonna actually put out for a schmuck like you. I mean, good for you. Good for you. I hope it works out. Alright. But, I mean, it is what it is, but for a lot of other people that are still fucking virgins, you're not gonna get any pussy anytime soon. And if you do, big fucking whoop. Some poor girl decided to freaking, like, hey, I'm gonna open my legs for this guy that looks like a fucking rat, you know? much you could pay her, though, by the way, to sleep with you. I got a hand job. Pfft, that don't count. That doesn't count getting laid. Maybe you got the first base, or not even first base, but yeah, maybe you get the second base. Or third base, as they call it in American Pie, but still. Not even third base, really. That's second base, really. First base, we all know, is making out and, fingering and getting you a wang. Actually, round two, that's second base is like getting your wang sucked, and then third base is, third base is, and then home plate is the home run. You actually get laid. But some of you haven't even hit first base yet. But some of you, if you got the second or third base, good for you. Good for you. It took about what? How many years? to finally get around that, or even to hit that home run. How many years did it take? I got laid when I was 14. Yeah, right. I'm not going to talk about my great sex life, and then first time I got my wang sucked. I could say it's in my late teens, early 20s. Early 20s. Let's just put it that way. And then when I hit that home run, it's around the same time, in my early mid 20s. I didn't have to wait that long, but sometimes people like to wait into their 20s. But then people go on to their 30s, 40s, even their 50s, they're still virgins. I mean, if you want to be a virgin all your life, go ahead. If you want to play with your wang, go ahead. I mean, you're not hurting yourself. Well, you're not getting any like AIDS or HIV or anything like that, gonorrhea, herpes, or whatever. I mean, you're pretty much safe. You want to have safe sex by yourself? Then good for you. Just clean up your mess after a while. Alright, enough about the creepy stuff. But like I said, I get more actual human pussy than you get in your entire life. But it is what it is. Alright, moving on. Alright, so let's get to NXT from this past Tuesday. The Great Mega Bash is back, ladies and gentlemen. Night 1. We got Night 2 coming up this Tuesday. We got Ethan Page and Ora Menza for the NXT title. We got Kaylani Jordan and Tatum Paxley, the creepy person, along with Wendy Choo Choo at ringside for Kaylani's Women's North American title, which I don't think is going to change hands. I don't think any of the titles going to change hands, especially the Kaylani's title. Ethan Page is going to retain over Ora Menza, I believe. Going to be a good match still, but got that. And the NXT Tag Team belts are going to be online as the superhero Power Rangers of A-Kid and Ben Frazier defend against MSK, Wesley, and Zachary Wentz, or Nash Carter, whatever you want to call him. 2/3 of the Rascals. So we got that. Trey Miguel probably be at ringside for that match. I could probably see MSK winning the belts for the third time and hopefully holding it longer than their second reign, which didn't last that long. We all remember why they vacated the belts after winning the belts. I don't even have to tell you. I mean, if you don't know, look it up. But, I mean, it is what it is. Alright, so we got that this Tuesday. I haven't heard anything about Oba's next challenger for the North American title. We'll talk about Roxy in a little bit and where she might go next. Because she had a title match with Thea Hale in the main event. It was pretty decent. But we got Stephanie Vacour and Julia. Julia coming probably by the time we hit No Mercy in a few weeks. So, Julia's finishing up her dates in Japan. I think her last date is sometime this month. I think the last date was August 19th, I think, so somewhere around that date. So she could possibly make her debut against Roxy for the title at No Mercy. Then again, it could be after No Mercy. As far as Stephanie McCourt goes, a lot of dirt sheets are saying that Stephanie McCourt can debut pretty much any time this month, and maybe go after the Women's North American Championship and have a match with Keilani Jordan, assuming she retains next week. I think she will, and then we'll see where she goes. Maybe we have Stephanie McCourt come in as a heel, like she was in CMLL, again, and also against Mercedes Moné. So I think at No Mercy we will get Keilani versus Stephanie McCourt. Might get a title change, or maybe after that we'll see Stephanie McCourt become a champion in NXT. And as far as Julia goes, I think she will be the one to beat Roxy for that NXT Women's Championship, and probably go on a long as fuck reign with it. Will she beat Asuka's reign? I don't know. It'll be something to see, though. If she gets close to Asuka, and then Asuka's like, "No, you don't, I'm going down to NXT, I'm going to beat your ass. You will not eclipse my reign of 522 days as champ. No, that is my reign." But if anybody could probably break that, I think it might be Julia. But I really don't want it to end. I don't want anybody to break that record. It looks like anybody who's gonna break Roman's record, right now. People saying, "Oh, it's gonna be Cody." No, it ain't gonna be Cody. Cody's gonna lose that belt probably by next year. And I'll be happy. It ain't gonna be a SummerSlam or solo. Because I think, there's gonna be a lot of chicanery in that match. Maybe Randy and Kevin Owens come back to help him. I still think, I think Cody's going to retain, but I don't know if it's going to be by DQ or, God forbid, it's via Roman's so-called help. But not that Roman is going to help Cody. He doesn't need to. He's just going to come back, beat the fuck out of Solo and his fake-ass fuck bloodline. That might include Jacob, but I think Jacob is going to turn and join up with the Tribal Chief eventually, probably before we hit Survivor Series time. And then we got Coolio coming in. We might have Zila Fatu coming in, Lance Anoy. Who knows who else is going to be coming in for the Bloodline as of the months and as we go into 2025, maybe 26. Who knows? Alright, so we got that. Alright, so we start off, we got Vic Joseph and Booker T. Sucker on commentary, as always, for the Great American Bash. And we start off with Hank and Tank breaking into the Performance Center as they're hosting the show this year. So they finally get in, and they hack the security systems, like, "Oh, we're behind a firewall!" And they start dodging lasers. I'm like, what is this? Is it like a rip-off of Mission Impossible? Pretty much. So they dodge lasers, then they find the power switch. Like, what does this do? They put on the power, and then we go inside the Capitol Wrestling Center. Lights go on. We're ready for action at the Great American Bash. Alright, so, well, really that first segment I didn't really give two fucks for, so I'm not gonna rate it. So we get the match number 1 for the women's tag team belts. We have the unholy union of the witches of WWE, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, taking on the Ebony Hotties of Metaphor, and that's Shakara, Miss Jackson if you're nasty, and my girl, Last Legend, Get Shit Done. That's pretty much it. Alright, this was a decent match, nothing great. Just a little warm-up for Isla and Alba Fire ahead of their match with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair this Friday on SmackDown which I don't know, maybe we may get a title change and Bianca and Jade get the belts back for the second time. Or they lose and we'll see what happens with that. And then probably waiting in the wings is Sonya Deville and crew, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. But they got their own problems with the new and improved damage control of Dakota Kai, Io, and Kairi. Dakota Kai and Sonya Deville will be fighting on Monday Night Raw this Monday night. I think Sonya will win because Dakota Kai hasn't won a match in God knows how long. It'd be nice for Dakota to win, but probably won't. So, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so it's also with a big brawl to start. And then Jakara is sent into the wrong corner. And the champs beat her down for a while. And then, eventually Jakara gets the hot tag to Lash, who gets back up, cleans house, go to an early break, come back. Jakara Jackson comes in, hits an Enziguri. Then another hot tag to Lash Legend comes in, choke slam on Easter Dawn for a near fall and then Alba Fire gets in a cheap shot from the apron to cut her off, which doesn't last long, as we get a wheelbarrow faceplant Gilmore cutter bang combo. Interesting. For a near fall on Easter Dawn, I thought we were going to get new tag team champions, but sadly we did not, as Alba Fire barely made the save to save the match and the titles. They get back up, and they throw Lash Legend out the ring, and then the Witches of WWE, the Unholy Union, hit the Evil Touch, which is that the KOL bomb into like a reverse flatliner. I don't know what it... I can't really explain it. You have to see it for yourself. So they hit the Evil Touch on Jakara Jackson. 1, 2, 3 to retain the belts in under 8 minutes. What are you going to do? Alright, so I gave that match 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, Ethan Page, the NXT World Heavyweight Champion, comes in because Ora Menza was at ringside to cheer on his teammates. So Ethan Page comes in, starts mocking Ora Menza, and basically promises that he won't win the NXT title next week. So then Ora beats the fuck out of him again, and then he pins him again. Well, he doesn't pin him officially, but he pins him for the 3rd or 4th week in a row. And then Jakara Jackson and Lash are like, 1, 2, 3, get shit done. That's pretty much it. Alright, so we got the contract signing coming up later with Ethan and Ora and Ava Raine. So that match will be made official later on in the program, and the match is this Tuesday night on the program for night 2. And that's pretty much it. Alright, then we go to the back where we have Cedric Alexander, well, not the back per se, but somewhere in the Performance Center. We have Cedric Alexander teaching some of the NXT rookies about something, I don't know what it was. And then the chairman of the board, Sean Spears, interrupts and then starts talking about Brooks Jensen for some odd reason. And then he comes in and he's like, You want to fight, motherfucker? You want to fight? Let's fight! So Cedric's like, okay, let's go to that ring. And Sean Spears has to hold him back because he's going crazy. So we got that match coming up later on in the show. So I give it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Alright, then we get dueling videos from Tavion Heights and my cousin. He's sleeping right now. My cousin, Tony D'Angelo, will get you a Chicken Palm Hero. Well, for me, I get it for $2. You get it for $10.50. And that's pretty much it. So Tavion Heights and Tony D'Angelo are going to do battle for Tony D's Heritage Cup. And we get that. And we move on. Alright, so before that match, after that, we go to Pete fucking Dunne. Nice little video package for him, showing, his upbringings and everything. And then he talks about how Sheamus fella walked away from the Brawling Brutes. Well, not really walked away per se. He had shoulder surgery and was out for months. But in any case, he talks about how Sheamus walked away from the Brawling Brutes. So now he's going to create his own havoc. And he's going to start next week as he challenges Trick Williams. And he says he's going to break him in half. And then we hear from Trick. He says, "Oh, Pete, you want to talk some shit? Alright, I'm going to whoop your ass next week." So, Trick Willie might be whoop that Trick what next week. So we'll see what happens with that. Move on. Alright, so 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Match number 2 for the Heritage Cup. Tavion Heights along with Charlie Dempsey and Miles Bourne at ringside as seconds. Takes on Tony D, my cousin, with Luca Crucifino, who lives downstairs from you. He lives on the 2nd floor. And the very hot Adriana Rizzo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo at ringside. Alright. So, this was a decent match. 11-minute match. Round 1 begins with a little bit of grappling with Tavion, the former Olympic wrestler, who did a lot of, collegiate wrestling maneuvers, fireman's carry, takeover. Tony D comes back with a headlock in 1905, switches to a leg lock as the round ends. So we go to break. During the break, we have my girl, Maddie Wankowski, show up I believe in the crowd, and goes to ringside. Look at that. So we come back from break, and we're in round 2, and Tony D hits a superplex at the bell. So Tavion, he's alright because he's saved by the bell. Oh, we got that. Then we go to round 3. Tony D hits forget about it for the first pin of the match. 28 seconds into the round. That was quick. So we get that. And then Maddie, Maddie starts yelling at Tavion Heights and slaps the taste out of his mouth. And then that kind of woke up the Olympian. And round 4 begins, and Tavion Heights grabs a belly-to-belly suplex 23 seconds into the 4th round. So, 2 quick pins back-to-back. So, the match is knotted at 1. The next pinfall wins, or if it goes to the 6th round and nobody wins in a time limit, Tony D will retain the Heritage Cup. So round 5 begins as we see Tavion get the win, and then we see Maddie Winkowski talking to Charlie Dempsey and Miles Bourne. She's like, "I did that! I got the win! Look at me! I did all that!" And Charlie Dempsey's like, "Oh, okay." Miles Bourne's like, And Tavion's like, trying to "Hey, where's the water? You're supposed to be my seconds. What the fuck are you doing over there?" So that entire distraction leads to round 5. Tavion comes out of the corner fast, gets a near fall off a gut-wrench suplex, goes for a charge into the ropes and missed, and then Tony D hits it's back-to-back spine busters. 1, 2, 3, at 139 of the round. So Tony D retains the Heritage Cup in 5 rounds. Match itself was okay. 3 out of 5 stars. And that was that. I thought my voice cracked or something. What was that? Oh. Alright, decent match. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, pretty much catch point 3.1, get into a big shouting match. Thanks to, I guess, because, Manny, well, you don't fall good. And, that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens next with, my cousin, Tony D'Angelo cousin. We're gonna talk tomorrow. And, that's pretty much it. Alright, then we see Fallon, Don't Call Me to the Dawn Henley, the beautiful JC Jane, and my girl, Jasmine Nix, basically they say they don't like the new generation of newcomers in NXT, and then they make and then we hear from Lola Vices, Sol Ruka and Carmen Petrovic, and Lola wanted a 6-woman tag team match, and Ava Raine made it so. So we got this 6-man tag team match coming up a little bit later on in the show. Alright, so we get that. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Go to break, we come back with our next match. Joined in progress, Brooks Jensen, the resident virgin, taking on Cedric Alexander. I think it is NXT debut match. Anyway, pretty good match, decent match, not great. Under 5 minutes. Starts with Jensen charging into a big boot in the corner, then gets knocked to the outside. Cedric hits a big flippy dibbity-doo on the outside, but Jensen comes back, kicks him right in the face. And then a running shoulder into the tree of whoa, gives Jensen a near fall. Then it's time for a 1905 chinlock to slow down the pace, and to get back up, Cedric sets off a suplex into a Michinoku driver. Nice for a near fall. Goes up top, Jensen knocks him off the top, and a guillotine leg drop for a near fall. Then they head to the outside, and Jensen drops Cedric onto the announcer's table, and Vic Joseph had him like, got a little bit scared, because he's scared of Brooke Jensen, I guess, I don't know. So, that was crazy. Then he goes for a dive, like a twisting leg strike on Cedric. Cedric moved, and Brooks Jensen, I think legit broke his leg, or at least broke his shin, maybe his ankle, who knows. But the way he hit that, and the sound of that, the way he hit that announce table flush on, like, the little metal, I don't know if it's metal or what it is, but Jensen, like, grabbed his legs, like, shit! And, like, he knew something broke. Somehow got back in the ring. I think he should have stayed on the floor and got the count out. But goes back in the ring, and Cedric picks him up, hits the lumbar check. Basically the end of Heartache by Roddy. Roddy! So, 1, 2, 3 gets the win in under 5 minutes. So you get that. So Cedric finally gets a win, because he hasn't got a win in a long time. So he gets a big win over Brooks Jensen, and we'll see what Cedric and his little buddy Ashanti the Adonis got going for them in NXT. But big win for Cedric. Finally gets a win, and the match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, then we get a nice funny video from the young OG himself. Javon Evans talks about growing up watching some wrestling, knowing he needed to do this. Mentions like in 2nd grade he told his teacher to suck it, or the principal to suck it, and he's talking about various things in the Attitude Era. Yeah, telling your principal to suck it, that might be a little bit too extreme, you know what I mean? Getting expelled. Talking about the Attitude Era. I'm like, that's great, talk about the Attitude Era, but don't, like, go to your teacher or your principal and say, hey, principal, you can go suck it! You know? And then doing various other things during the, from the Attitude Era. I don't want to. It was fun, kind of getting his backstory about how he grew up watching wrestling 19, 20 years ago. What a great time it was 2004 during the Ruthless Aggression Era. I guess he watched some of the Attitude Era on the tapes and stuff. So talking about when it was the 2nd grade. I got into fights. I got expelled. Blah blah blah. I told my principal, my teachers to suck it. This and that. For a 20-year-old kid, you were born in 2004, 2003, 2004. Talk about the Attitude Era. Maybe your dad showed it to you when you were like 10, in your early years, in your teen years, before you hit it big. He's a big star. He's gonna be a future champion, I believe, given some time. And we get that. All right, moving on. Then we go to the back. We say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. So Joe Hendry's in the back getting ready for his concert. And he starts flirting with some of the ladies from the Performance Center. Some hotties, too. For his concert. And he's like, sorry, ladies. I have to go to my concert now. We get that. So he leaves. And then the ladies kind of talk amongst themselves. And then Ashanti the Adonis comes in and says, I'll take care of you four ladies. I bet. Sorry, those chicks are mine. No, kidding. Alright, so we got that. So, I guess Ashanti the Adonis' gimmick is like he's a pimp or simp. Who knows? I don't know. But, yeah, we're gonna get the Joe Hendry concert coming up, and it's gonna be epic. But before that, he flirts with a lot of hotties. That's it. Alright, so I get a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go for the first time on NXT, we go into the Rascals Treehouse. But no, obviously, no smoke or fake smoke. Because, there's a drug policy and a wellness policy in the in WWE. So anyway, the Rascals are kind of confused about what's going on here. It's like, we're here on another Tuesday night? What's going on here? I thought it was Thursday night. No, it's not Thursday night. It's Tuesday night, and you know what that means. So basically, they talk amongst themselves. I think it was Trey Miguel's like, hey, it would be fun to get the tag team titles back and then bring them over to TNA. And then we can win the TNA tag team belts and have all the tag team belts in WWE TNA. It could happen. But, well, NXT TNA. NXT TNA, I should say. We got that. So, we'll see what happens with that. MSK will take on the superhero Power Rangers of A-Kid and Ben Frazier this coming Tuesday night on night number 2 of the Great American Bash. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the Joe Hendry concert. And I don't know why they gave Joe Hendry the jobber entrance. But anyway, he's in the ring and the fans are singing his theme song. All that healthy shit. So, Joe Hendry's like, thank you so much for believing in me. We're gonna have fun. This is the first ever Joe Hendry concert here on NXT. So he's like, I got a song just for you guys. Let's go. So he's, his guitar looked like it was out of tune. Oh, whoever was the roadie for that. Well, at least Joe Hendry, is a professional, and he tunes it. I don't know if he tuned it up or down, because it sounded really off. I don't know if he was playing a D chord or F chord. I don't know what chord he was playing, but it sounded way off. Like the guitar might have been at a step, either a step up or a step down. It just didn't sound right, but he fixed it because he's a professional. All right, so Joe Hendry sings about how he makes things better. Then he brings up like DX. That was funny. Then he sings about Booker T being his biggest fan and the leader of the Joe Hendry fan club. I was like, wow. Booker T's like, I was like, uh-oh. Because, Booker T doesn't like Joe Hendry that much. Then he sings about how Gallus has bad facial hair. And then I like how he dissed Joe Coffey. He says, Joe Coffey is, he got facial hair and he's, something. And then he mentions that Joe Coffey is the son of Dutch Mantel. That was funny. I loved it. So the fans go nuts. He finishes the song. The fans go nuts. And he's like, but even better if we had an encore. So he's about to do his encore, but then the Gallus boys come out. Joe and Mark Coffey and Wolfgang. Joe is pissed. And he's like, "We don't like this song, man, mate." And they get in the ring. They beat Joe Hendry down 3-on-1, including a guitar shot to the back, knocking Joe Hendry down. And that's pretty much it. And next week on the program, we got Joe Hendry 1-on-1 with Joe Coffey. So the Battle of the Joes next week. I think Joe Hendry will win that match next week. But we'll see. You never know what might happen. The hell? Never mind. I'm watching. I'm just looking at TV, and somebody's the Halloween baking championship or whatever it is. Somebody's building something looks like a wiener. Nah, I wasn't looking. I just turned my head and I just saw that. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, moving on. Alright, so the Joe Hendry concert gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. We move on. Alright, then we go to the back where we see Hank and Tank trying to do an interview with the NXT Women's Champion Roxy and pretty much annoy her, and Roxy just yells at him after that. You don't want to piss off a Latina, trust me on that one. Anyway, I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to Ava Rain's office for the contract signing between Ethan Page and Ora Menza for next week for the NXT World title. They start bickering between them. It's like, oh, you don't deserve the belt. You've been a thorn on my side, shit like that. And then they bicker, and then both of them eventually sign. And then Ora Menza tells Ethan Page that he promises to win the belt. And that's pretty much it. He won't win it, but it was pretty much short and sweet to the point. Nobody got sent to a table. So, it was just a lot of bickering, and, you know, Ava Rain's just there looking pretty. And that's pretty much it. We got that. But, in any case, we move on. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go back to the Capitol Wrestling Center for our next match. More ladies action, 4-minute match. I believe this is the NXT debut of my girl, Kendall Gray, comes out with Carly, don't call her Rainbow Bright. Maggie? No, not now, Lurky. But Maggie, you said Rainbow Bright. Shut up, go to bed, you idiot. Murky and Lurky, the greatest tag team of the 1980s. No, I'm kidding. The greatest tag team of 80s cartoons. No, not the Thundercats. Not even He-Man and She-Ra. No, it's not even a tag team, really. Mixed tag team, maybe, but still, they would get annihilated by freaking Murky and Lurky. Dismal. But I digress. Anyway, alright. So, Kendall Gray takes on Jada Parker. Comes out with, Lucius Price and Bronco Nima. Doesn't have the nose guard anymore. This was a match. Pretty much back and forth they went. And then Maddie Winkowski and Miles Bourne come out. And kind of cause a distraction. And Kendall Gray goes to the outside and once again suplexes Miles Bourne down. And then gets back in the ring. Grabs Jada. Hits an angle slam for a near fall. Then get back up. And another distraction by Maddie leads to Jada Parker to get in a good buster into that running sexy hip attack. 1, 2, 3, Jada Parker gets to win in pretty much 4 minutes. So, that's pretty much it. I don't get this whole Maddie, I get it, but Maddie Winkowski, Miles Bourne thing, because Maddie's trying to get into Catchpoint 3.0 and kind of keep what they did in the parking lot by, killing and, whacking, if you will, Damon Kemp, sending him up the river, basically. And then Maddie saw it, so they're trying to keep it hush-hush. So we got that, but she hates Miles Bourne at this point. It's like, what is up with that? What's going on with that? Okay. Alright, so I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars, and we move on. Alright, then we go to the back. We have Thea Hale in her Great American Bash gear. I don't know if it's the same gear from the last time she was like the Great American Bash. I think it was last year against Tiffy Tiff and lost. So, she's there getting ready for a match with Roxy. And we have the entire student body. Well, not the student body, but we have Chase U! Mr. Chase, Riley Osborne, the newly wedded Riley Osborne as he got married to Blair Davenport. So he's there with Rich Holland and Duke Hudson and Mr. Chase firing him up, saying, "You can do it!" Is she going to? No. And that's it. Alright, so 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we go to, I guess, the catering area, the kitchen. I don't know where we're going. Somewhere in the back. Basically, go to the back, basically. So we have the superhero Power Rangers, the NXT Tag Team Champions, A-Kid. We have A-Kid talking to the LWO of Joaquin Wild and Raul Mendoza back from getting their butts kicked by, who was it? It was, I think both of them got beat up by, one of them got beat up by the Judgment Day, and the other one I think was Catchpoint 3.0. But in any case, they're back. They're in the back. A-Kid talks to them about Speed. I guess talking about the Speed title. I don't even know who even has that now. I care less about that fucking show. But anyway. So they're talking, and then Ava Raine comes in with a contract for a title match with the Rascals. And then A-Kid's like, okay, signs the contract. But then Ben Frazier comes in, he's like, hey, you didn't even come to me and ask about that. Were you just sign the contract? What, you fucking idiot? He's not happy about it, so they're going to break up next week, probably. Because I think we're going to get MSK as the new three-time NXT Tag Team Champion. So, Zachary Wentz, Nash Carter, and Wes Lee will become the champs for a third time. Or technically 2, but it's 3. Hopefully they hold them longer than the second reign, like I said before. So we'll see what happens this Tuesday night. But the match is going to be freaking epic between 4 high flyers. Going to be epic, lots of flippy dibbity doos on Tuesday night. Alright, so I gave the segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to 6-woman tag team action. JC Jane, my girl Jasmine Nix, and Fallon, don't call me Dada, Dawn Henley, taking on Sol Ruka, Carmen Petrovic, and Lola Vaisese. Just under 13 minutes. It was a pretty decent match. Getting to the end, JC Jane comes back in after Fallon Henley is left along with Sol Ruka. Hits a fireman's carry into a powerbomb for a near fall. But JC Jane comes back with a Gilmore cutter out of the corner. And then Jasmine Nix hits the perfectly. Kurt Hennig's like, oh, that's great. Smack some gum out of your mouth. That gets a near fall. And then everybody's down. Jasmine kicks away at Sol Ruka. But then Carmen Petrovic comes back for a clothesline. And Jasmine hits that beautiful Pele kick of hers. To get out of trouble. I think she gets the tag to Fallon Henley. Comes in with something like a belly-to-belly suplex. Flipped into a Gilmore cutter. What? 1, 2, 3 on Carmen Petrovic. And that's pretty much it. So she basically had to like her belly's here, like almost like a German suplex, or like a side belly to belly suplex. Then it's like kind of in mid move Gilmore cutter. Oh, I am stealing that, but I'm gonna make it good. That's what I do. No, let me say it like Mark Henry. That's what I do! By the way, speaking of Mark Henry, his son, I think his name is Jason Henry, or Jay Henry, something like that. Well, he announced at a show that Mark Henry was the DJ at, that his son has signed a contract with WWE. So probably gonna see him at the Performance Center pretty soon, and maybe, just maybe, on NXT, unless they throw him throw him to the wolves and put him on the main roster. So it looks like Biz Mark Henry's coming back to the WWE. Former Hall of Famer, by the way. So his son will be, following in his papa's footsteps. I wonder if he's gonna open up his version of the Hall of Pain. And then he'll cut up on, "That's what I do! Like my dad!" So, we'll see what happens with that. But as far as a 6-woman tag team match, it was pretty decent. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Alright, then we go to the back. Kaylani Jordan, once again getting hounded by Tatum Paxley, who wants Kaylani to play with her dolls and her dollhouse. So she's like, maybe I'll play with them, maybe not. Just leave me alone! So Tatum leaves, for what reason, I don't know. And then Wendy Choo Choo's like, just standing like, "I'm being creepy, ha ha." I thought she was like doing the, what's her name? I can't think of her name. She was in TNA with Gail Kim. Lady Tapa. You know how Lady Tapa always like looked like weird? It's like, "Leave me alone, you Japanese bitch." Pretty much. I remember that TNA Impact video. Impact review.
Sleep at night.
Shut up! Nobody wants to hear you.
So I sleep.
Stop it!
At the semi-annual sale.
Goddamn fucking ad. I thought I'd turn up my sound. I guess. Apparently not. So, got a fucking ad in my video. I'm gonna leave it in. I can't edit it. I don't give a shit. So if we get copyrighted for a fucking ad, I don't give a shit. But anyway, as I was saying, I remember doing an Impact Wrestling review. I think it was, 2014. Big fucking blizzard, by the way, that year. I did an Impact review. I think it was for the January 2nd edition of Impact 2014. I think. I have to look back at my videos on my Kill Demons channel. But yeah, I did that, and it was like snowing very bad outside, and me and Rosa stayed up late because I had to stay up late because I had to wait to see if the schools were closing because because I had to see if I can go into work that day, But thankfully, I took a nap after I did the video, got up, and I found out that schools were closed, and pretty much the roads were shit. So I had a day off, and in between, I think I had some chicken nuggies like at 4 a.m. So me and Rosa had a late night snack. Rosa's sitting next to me. I'm on my laptop, which I still have, by the way. Just now, I have to sell it now because pretty much, that computer, that laptop has Windows 8.2 or 8.1. Ancient. That laptop's ancient, so I'm probably gonna sell for parts pretty soon. I don't need it. I'm getting a new laptop with desktop probably soon. Probably not soon. Not like I would like to get it for Christmas, but probably not. Probably sometime middle of next year. I'm gonna get a new one. I'm probably gonna get a new laptop, or a new desktop, because pretty much every computer that has Windows 10 is gonna pretty much become obsolete. Because the security definitions, you get like, hey, you gotta do a update with the security definitions and shit. Every so often, you get one of those notifications on your computer. It's like, hey, you gotta install these security definitions, or you want to do it now, you want to do it later. I usually do mine when I'm done using the computer. But so I just hit shut down and updating shutdown. So I do that. So then by the time I use the computer the next day, the new definitions are there. I don't even get a notification. But problem with this desktop, which it's really Rose's, but we share it. But in any case, this computer has is Windows 10 Professional, but I did get a notification to update it to Windows 11, but I can't do that because the specs are not good enough. I need more memory to get it to Windows 11, and I don't have time and money for that shit. So eventually, I have a year to get the new laptop or desktop. So I'm fine. I'm saving up money for that. I'm saving my money for a new laptop. Probably like a refurbished laptop off Amazon or maybe a desktop. So don't want to spend too much on my muffler. My laptop and my desktop. But probably by next Christmas I'll be getting a new one. But we'll see what happens with that. But that's next year. But we got that. Alright. So Wendy that freaking TNA review is funny as fuck. Shut up, you Asian bitch! And then Rose is laughing up a storm. I'm like, I thought she was gonna say, "You're racist!" I'm like, no, I was just being funny. She likes my jokes. Actually, you can go to that video on my Killer Demons channel, and hey, you're like, where's Rosa? She's never on your videos, this and that. I was like, well, go back to 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. Pretty much go back 10 years. Man, she's been on the show. You don't see her much, but you hear her sexy voice. So, if you want to say, hey, you don't have Rose on your show, it's very cute, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know where she is. Fuck you. You obsessed fucking whores. And, that's that. Worry about yourself. And worry about me and the missus, okay? But she has been on my videos. Not lately, because she does her own thing. But maybe someday. Someday soon I'll have her on the program. Not right now. Because I want to keep her away for now. Not in a bad way, but, she says hi anyway. But moving on. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so moving on. Alright, so Kaylani Jordan versus Tatum Paxley for the Women's North American title is now official next week. So, I doubt there's going to be a title change, but I think the next person in line will be Wendy Choo Choo! And maybe Wendy Choo Choo might win that belt. I don't think she will, but I think it's going to be Stephanie Vercourt. I don't think they're going to switch and have Julia win the North American title and then have Stephanie Vercourt become the women's champ. But, we'll see what happens with that when we get there. But next week, Kaylani's got a little bit of toughy match with Tatum Paxley, and then she's got to worry about Wendy Choo Choo, lurking in the shadows, wherever she lurks these days. But we get that. Alright, so I get that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then, I think we go to the parking lot, or somewhere in the back. We say his name, and he appears again, Joe Hendry. The interviewer is asking, sorry you got beat up by Gallus 3-on-1. I was like, where the hell was anybody to defend the guy? To save him from that beatdown? Come on now. Everybody loves Joe Hendry. Nobody in the back could come out and save him? Pussies. Anyway, Joe Hendry says, I'm sick of Gallus' jealousy with me. So he's like, next week, you're going to see me in that ring for my first one-on-one match on NXT TV, and I'm going to beat the fuck out of Joe Coffey. I hope. Well, we hope, too. So next week, Joe Coffey versus Joe Hendry in a Battle of the Joes. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get a look at next week's card, which I already mentioned. I'm not going to mention it again. Alright, so that leads us to your main event of the evening for the NXT Women's Championship. We got the champ, long reigning champ, Roxanne Perez, taking on the crazy bitch that she is, Thea Hale. Probably smoked 6 bowls before the match. She's so fired up. Ah! Alright, so we had the wrestler Chase U at ringside, cheering her on. Not that it fucking helped. But, you know, once again, Thea Hale, like she did against Tiffy Tiff, took the champ to the limit. Locks in the Kimura lock, and thankfully Roxy got to the ropes. They fall to the floor, and then Roxy shoves Thea Hale into the ring steps. Ow! And back in the ring, she locks in the crossface again. She had it on before, like I said. And then Thea Hale once again reverses that back into the Kimura lock, which gets reversed into the crossface. And then Thea Hale goes to the ropes, and then Roxy is like, alright, fuck this. She lets go of the crossface, picks up Thea Hale, hits Pop Rocks. 1, 2, 3. Once again, Thea Hale is this close to becoming the new NXT Women's Champion. I mean, last time, when she faced Tiffy, Mr. Chase threw in the towel. This time, she pretty much lost straight up and was, like I said, that close to winning the belt. But Roxy continues her reign as champ. And who's next? Well, either Stephanie Vacour or, most likely, Julia at NXT No Mercy September the 1st. And we get that. So, match itself was pretty good. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that ends night 1 of the Great American Bash. And that's pretty much it for that. No after segments or anything like that. We just go to black after the overrun. And that's it. Alright, so that's night 1 of the Great American Bash. Pretty good show. And I gave it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. I don't know what the rating is for that. I might put it in the comments section tomorrow when can I look it up now? Why not? Let's look it up now if I have some time. If you will. Hopefully I can. Nah, probably not. Alright. Nah, I'm not gonna wait. Because the computer's starting to crash on me a little bit, but you know, that's why I need a new laptop and a desktop, because this computer's starting to become ancient. And usually you have like a 3 to 5 year cycle with your laptop or your desktop, and you have to, you know, change it because of the software, the OS is pretty much, you know, changing. You know, now we're transitioning to Windows 11. Pretty much we'll probably go to 11.1 or 12. I don't know, in the next couple of years. And, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But if you don't have a Windows 11 computer, you better be thinking about getting a new laptop or desktop pretty soon. Or if you want to get a Chromebook, that's fine too. As long as you update Chrome periodically. Like you have to, like if you don't update Chrome, you're gonna be really fucked up. You probably get a notification saying, "Hey, you gotta update Google Chrome." But sometimes if you do it automatically, it does it automatically for you on your phone and on your various whatever you use. So we got that. All right, let's look up NXT ratings for this week. I know Raw did a 1.4. Like I said, Dynamite did really bad, 609,000. Alright, so the Great American Bash drew a 0.15 rating in the demo. I'm trying to look up the actual viewership rating. If I can. Alright, so Tuesday's edition of NXT, the Great American Bash Night 1 on Sci-Fi averaged 468,000 viewers. Well, the Sci-Fi effect, because if it was on the USA Network, it would probably get like 633, 610, around the 600, 700 area. So, I know Otaku's going to be doing a video. Another week, another win for AEW in the ratings. I mean, that's fine, but remember Otaku is the sci-fi channel. That's why, the ratings were down the drain. And this coming week, same thing for Raw and SmackDown, because they're on Sci-Fi again this week because of the fucking Olympics. And finally, thank God, by next weekend they're gonna be done. I hope. I think it's next weekend they're gonna be done. Thank the Lord. I mean, it is what it is. And that's that. So, once again, 468,000 viewers for NXT on Sci-Fi this week, down a lot, 633 the week before, and down from 2 weeks ago, 610,000. And the prior 10-week rolling average is 662,000. So they're pretty much neck and neck with Dynamite the last 10 weeks, basically. It's their lowest viewership level by far for NXT since the February 8th, 2022 episode, which drew a paltry 400,000. So 2 years ago, when when NXT wasn't so great because of the NXT 2.0 era, they were barely getting around 400, 500,000. And at times it would go up a lot, depending on who was on the show. But right now, NXT the last 2 years have been pretty damn good. Because Shawn Michaels is in charge, booking like a madman. With, Hunter's doing good stuff on Raw. Not so much lately on SmackDown. But we get that. 1 year ago, this week, NXT drew 649,000 viewers, and the 10-week rolling average a year ago was 604,000. So a year ago it was at 604,000, and this year, in the last 10 weeks, the average is 662,000. So it went up 58,000 from a year ago, which is not bad. But 2 years ago it was 595,000. 595,000 in the last 10 weeks. And 2 years ago this week, NXT drew around 570,000 views. So the ratings for NXT have picked up a little bit in the last couple of years. The big shows, and they're going head to head. I don't want to get this freaking ad. Please. Whoops. Okay. I know there's an ad popping up on my computer. Thankfully, I was able to shut it down. I do have ad blocker. I don't know why it's not blocking it, but it is on, though. So, but in any case, we got that. So, pretty much from 2 years ago, they were getting 570,000 views. Now, they're getting around 662,000. So, in 2 years, they've gone up 92,000 views, which is not bad. Not bad. But now that Shawn Michaels is in charge, I think those ratings will keep going up, and especially when they get to the get to CW11 on October the 1st, I believe. Those ratings, I think the ratings are going to go up even more because it's on a major network and not the crappy USA network. And those SmackDown ratings that they used to get like 2.5 or even more on Fox, well, that's going to go way down when SmackDown goes back to the USA Network September the 13th. And then when Raw goes to Netflix, I don't know how those ratings are going to be. I mean, I don't know if you don't get ratings on Netflix, I don't think. And if you do, they'll probably be like the same thing with the Nielsen ratings, but I mean, we'll see what happens when we get to January 2025 with the Raw rating for NXT. But we'll get to that later. But for now, we worry about the rating. Alright, so once again, 468,000 viewers for NXT on Sci-Fi this past Tuesday night. Last night, AEW won the ratings award for this week, 609,000. So, I mean, you know, with the Olympics and Sci-Fi, ratings weren't that great. Probably the same thing will happen this week. SmackDown's rating should be, I don't know, it should be good this week. Probably, like, I would say to get around 1.8 or maybe around the 2.0. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. Rampage's ratings are going to suck, as usual. Probably get around 300,000 again. Maybe 400, who knows. Collision's ratings at 5. That's going to be something to look at, because it's going to be the lead-in to SummerSlam at 7. So, I don't think anybody's going to be watching the pre-show. Please don't. If for the love of God, do not watch the pre-show on Saturday. Watch Collision. Maybe bump up that rating a little bit. I mean, we'll see. But I know it's tape, and, but, there's nothing on at 5 o'clock besides baseball and the Olympics. So, whatever you want to watch Saturday at 5 o'clock, do it. But then watch SummerSlam. And that's pretty much it. Alright, guys, I am out of here. I am going to bed, and I'm going to get a couple of hours of sleep. And then I got to get up. And me and the missus have to go to the our respective doctor appointments. And then I'm going to come home, probably go out to lunch. And then come home, I'm going to do some editing, do some work. And then sometime in the afternoon, probably the mid-afternoon, I'm going to do my TNA Ring of Honor review right on my main channel, Kill Demon 669. And then lead you into SmackDown and Rampage. And I will hopefully do the SmackDown Rampage review tomorrow night, once again, on the Kill Demons channel. So, maybe a 2 for Friday on the channel, 2 for Saturday as well, because I'm going to do, 2 for Saturday, because I got to do predictions for SummerSlam, then the SummerSlam review right here on this channel, and then on Sunday, early on, before I actually head out for my Sunday festivities, I'm going to do your AEW Collision review on the main channel, Kill Demon 669, to end the weekend. And then Monday, we start a new week of action. So, and like I said, I will be here all of next week, and then the week after that, only for Raw, Raw, NXT, and Dynamite. And then I'm on my mini vacation, and I'll be back for the August 19th edition of Raw. And then pretty much smooth sailing, pretty much to maybe the middle of October. Hopefully I'm hoping, God willing, with my work schedule changing after Labor Day, that I can get the videos done all September, get through Fall Brawl, and get into, I will be here definitely for Bad Blood. As far as Bound for Glory and Halloween, NXT Halloween Havoc, hoping, but that's to be determined. The old TBD. So, I'll let you guys know probably by the end of next month what's going to be happening the rest of this year and going into next year. But hopefully, if I do take a little time off, it's just for work purposes, because I'm be working a lot more going into the fall and into the winter. So, because I got more hours, I got more work to do, more concerts coming up in the fall. So, lots of stuff coming, I got to do. So, I'm not going to be a lot here most of the time. I know it's going to make a lot of people happy, but I don't give a shit. But I might be off for maybe a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two. But like I said, it's only for work-related purposes. But I'll try to be here and there. But we'll see what happens with that. But right now, we don't have to worry about it. We're 2 months away. We don't even have to worry about it right now. I mean, but, we have to worry about it pretty much in the next 12 to 14 weeks. So basically 2 months plus for now. We'll talk about the future of the channels going into the winter season and going into 2025. But regardless, I will be here no matter what. But like I said, it might be a little change coming in by the middle or the end of October. And that's it. Alright, I am out of here, guys. I'm going to bed. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out my my first video on the channel. So go back to the video to watch that news video. And that's pretty much it. And that's it. So to all my replay crew, how you doing? Happy Friday morning to you all. If you're watching on the replay, it's August the 2nd, 2024. So, happy Friday. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe wherever you may be. It's going to be raining like cats and dogs here in the Northeast this weekend. Not great. Really Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday going to be pretty much washouts. It's going to be raining. Heavy downpours at times, they're saying. Thunder boomers, hopefully not, but... So, I'm still gonna be... I'm still gonna go out regardless for my, for SummerSlam. I'm gonna go out and have some fun with my friends, even if it's raining like cats and dogs. But that's why we got an umbrella. But... It is what it is. I mean, the bar I'm going to is it's like about 25, 30 minutes away on the bus, so, me and the missus might get soaked, but, we'll be fine. Getting there and coming back. And then Sunday, we'll see what Sunday does. Might have to change my plans for Sunday dinner, but we'll see what happens with that. And I gotta do laundry, too. It sucks. But at least, I could do the laundry, but, it's raining outside, and, some of the clothes I have to put out in the, put out on the railing and put out in the backyard on the hook and everything. So blah 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 blah. But if it rains, I can't do that because I don't want to make it more soaked than it already is. So I have to put it up on. Good thing we have hangers and everything, so we're gonna have to air dry it basically. So blah 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 blah. But anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the videos on this channel. This video on my video from earlier. That's it. Alright, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to sleep. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow for TNA Ring of Honor. And then maybe SmackDown and Rampage. And anything else comes your way tomorrow, I might be here again. Maybe for video number 3, 4, 5, who knows. But see what happens tomorrow with the news going into SummerSlam. And that's it. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, you motherfuckers. If you're not down with that, well, we got 3 words for you. Go to bed! No. Fuck you, man. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm out.